So, a couple weeks ago, I made a video about Sonic Forces being a potential reboot. I was following the patterns and trends that Sonic Team likes to do whenever they dramatically change the Sonic gameplay. Now, a couple of days ago, Sonic Forces released a new trailer for their gameplay for the classic stages, and it's basically a full version of Green Hill Zone. Now, I initially did not talk about this because, it's Green Hill Zone. Almost every Sonic game has a version of Green Hill in it. Green Hill has been remade like 50 million times, and I just was like, oh, okay, Green Hill Zone. And I saw everything that I wanted to see in the Nintendo Direct. I got a good glimpse of what it was going to be. But I finally broke down and watched the trailer. And watching this trailer, I can definitively say that Sonic Forces is going to be a reboot of some kind. Now, to get into this more, we're going to have to follow the development cycle of Sonic Forces. Sonic Team began development around the release of Sonic Lost World. Now, this isn't much to go off of, but alongside Sonic Forces, there was another game being developed, Sonic Boom. Now, I know Sonic Forces is being made by Sonic Team, and Sonic Boom was made by Big Red Button. And Sonic Boom was a spinoff, but I have reasons to believe that Sonic Boom was a reboot at one point. Now, if you were to think back to Sonic Boom, do you guys remember how much hype they tried to generate around this game? They paid YouTubers to talk about this game, well, sponsored YouTubers, not like, give us good reviews before the game come out type deal. They were going to give it its own TV show. They were like making really big correlations between the 3DS version of the game and the Wii U version of the game. And they were giving it its own comic book series. And they were just like, yeah, this is going to be the stuff. But then, the game came out and it was unfinished. And they saw that people weren't taken to this game too lightly. And they were like, all right, well, how about we pull the plug on the reboot status of this game and call it an alternate universe spin-off series and give the new title of a reboot to the game that was being made in secret, Sonic Forces, that was being handled by the team that made Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations, two of the highest regarded Sonic games that they've had in a while. Now, again, I know that Sonic Team did not make Sonic Boom, but it was confirmed in a documentary that they made about Sonic Boom that they had hands on the project and they were in constant talks about Sonic Boom, so they would know and potentially talk about, the status of a reboot. Now, if you guys were to know two specific rules about Sonic Team and Sonic the Hedgehog, one is that you don't fuck with Shadow the Hedgehog. He stays the same no matter what type of alternate universe you were doing. Look at Sonic Boom. If you were to see Shadow the Hedgehog in there and compare him to any other version of Shadow the Hedgehog that they made thus far, he stayed exactly the same. He ain't getting no weird bandages. He ain't getting no bandana. He looks exactly the same. But another thing that you do in a Sonic game is you don't mess with the music. Now, there's been instances where you've gotten remixes of a stage and they've remixed the song, but they have not directly replaced the song, especially a stage that is as iconic as Green Hill Zone. And coupled with, the stage changes, the atmosphere change of the game, just the music change, and the enemy design, it screams a reboot. Now, there's a difference in reboots. There's hard reboots and soft reboots. One thing that a reboot can help with is the character Dr. Eggman. I don't know if you guys know, but in Japan, he is called Dr. Eggman. In America, he was supposed to be called Dr. Ivor. Gone back and forth. In Sonic Adventure, he goes by Dr. Ivor Robotnik, and in Sonic Adventure 2, Ivor Robotnik, and later on, he goes by Dr. Eggman. And it's, that's all canon. So they probably would want to go back and redo those things. If you were to think at it, the only things that are being changed in Sonic Forces is Dr. Robotnik's ambitions. Like, he changed the design of his robots. He obviously buckled down and did something right and took over the world, or at least 99% of the world. But let me all know what you think. Do you think that this is sufficient evidence to believe that Sonic Team is going towards a soft reboot, or do you think that I'm reading too deep in between the lines? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you guys like this video, please leave a like. It boosts my ego and it lets me know that you guys want more of this content. And if you guys want to hear more about me talk about Sonic and Sega news, you guys can subscribe. I make videos every week. But until next time, guys, stay cool. Peace.